Impossible dream made possible by the greatest British manager ever, Sir Alex Ferguson.
The owners of Manchester United are more than simply the custodians of a soccer club. For, with its long history of accumulating trophies, rebuilding the team after the 1958 Munich air disaster and self-proclaimed 1.1 billion fans worldwide, Manchester United is arguably Britain's most valuable sporting, perhaps even cultural, asset, as Simon Chadwick, professor of sport and geopolitical economy at SKEMA Business School, tells CNN Sport. So when United's American owners, the Glazer family, which bought the team in 2005, announced almost 4 months ago that they were exploring selling the club, it sparked a multi-billion-dollar bidding war stretching across the financial sector, geopolitics and soccer. It also inflated the share price from $13.03 on November 21st to a 52-week high of $27.34 on February 16th, although it began dropping again as reports emerged questioning the club's true value. So, what will happen to the world-famous club in the coming weeks? Why is its potential sale so important? And could the Glazers, after all this, remain its owners? Who is in the running? Despite all the rumors circulating, there are currently only 2 confirmed bidders for the club: British billionaire Jim Ratcliffe and Qatari Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad Al Thani. Both confirmed their intent publicly, prompted by a soft deadline on February 17 set by the bank handling the sale, the Rain Group, according to multiple reports. Parties from Saudi Arabia have also reportedly entered the race to own the club, while the US-based hedge funds Elliott Investment Management and Ares Management Corp have submitted their own proposals to offer financing for a bid, The Telegraph and Reuters reported respectively. And the Glazers themselves, deeply unpopular with United fans since their leveraged buyout of the club saddled it with a net debt of $626 million according to the club's latest accounts, remain in control of the whole process. For years, fans have protested against the Glazer family, staging marches on Old Trafford and plastering Love United, Hate Glazer on banners at home and away matches. The relationship between the fans and the Glazer family is irreparably harmed. Alex, a United fan and co-host of the American Red Devils podcast. Another fan, Ed Barker, who hosts the podcast No Question About That, describes the Glazer ownership as a disaster for the club. Manchester United did not comment on the Glazers' ownership and directed CNN to its November statement announcing the club's strategic review and potential sale. How much will it cost? Although Forbes valued the club at $4.6 billion, the world's third most valuable professional soccer team, multiple reports have said that the Glazer family are seeking between $7.2 to $9.6 billion from potential buyers. Maguire estimates the current offers to be somewhere in the region of $4.8 to $6.4 billion. Premier League club Chelsea was bought for $3.2 billion by an ownership group led by Todd Boehly last year, with a promise to inject $2.1 billion in further investment. Some experts predict that United will fetch a higher price. Manchester United is a much bigger football club than Chelsea, Maguire adds. It's got a bigger ground. It's got a bigger fan base. It's a much more well-known brand. Offers in this region could eclipse the $4.65 billion that a consortium headed by Walmart heir Rob Walton reportedly paid for the NFL's Denver Broncos, a record price tag for a North American sports franchise. Like Chelsea, United is also in need of investment to redevelop its stadium Old Trafford and training ground. What happens next? The coming months are bound to be uncertain for Manchester United fans, as the Glazers consider the bids proposed and whether to sell the club. It's a bit like putting up your house for sale and you give a rough guide price, Maguire explains. The Glazers are looking for $7.2 to $9.6 billion. It's probably not worth that, and it comes down to how much each party is willing to compromise or to pay in terms of extra financial commitments. Although the British government released a white paper in February, announcing its intention to create an independent football regulator that would include new tests for owners and directors, it has not yet been implemented. These proposed tests would examine a potential owner's integrity, financial soundness, and conduct due diligence on their sources of wealth. The regulator would also require clubs to declare their ultimate beneficial owner to increase transparency, and determine whether a prospective owner or director is politically exposed. But, given the absence of any reference to human rights concerns, it seems unlikely that the future regulator could seriously derail any of the United takeover bids. Bidders are reportedly meeting with representatives from the Rain Group and the club in the next couple of weeks, while Ratcliffe was pictured visiting Old Trafford on March 17th. The longer it drags on into the summer, Barker says with one eye on the summer transfer window, the more likely it is that United won't be able to do the kind of business that the club wants. There's no positive outcome delaying this process for the club. Redeveloping the stadium and training ground, signing new players and investing in the team, as well as the more intangible political stakes, all hinge on these upcoming negotiations. But whoever eventually ends this process owning the storied club will represent a hard bargain for United fans to make. Alex, host of the American Red Devils podcast, says, "It's important to separate an owner from the club and everything it represents," he adds. "I really believe that if you own Manchester United, your role is to be a custodian, because it's not just a sports team. It represents so much to so many people." Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified by our latest videos.